All right, let's jump right into one of the most explosive moments in all of philosophy. We're going to witness the exact moment a solitary thinker, Zarathustra, comes down from his mountain hideaway to drop a bombshell on humanity. A message so radical, it's meant to change everything. This is the story of his very first sermon.
And wow, Zarathustra does not mess around. He gets straight to the point with this one. I mean, think about that for a second. Humanity is something that must be overcome. This isn't some gentle self-help advice. He's not here to fix us or save us. He's here to tell us we have to get beyond ourselves. It's a really shocking, powerful idea, and honestly, it's the key to understanding everything else he's about to say. Okay, so our first section, a promise to the sun, the descent. So why now? Why come down from the mountain? Well, after 10 years alone, Zarathustra's wisdom is just become too much, too heavy to hold on to by himself. His journey down begins with a promise.
Yeah, he sees himself kind of like the sun, you know? The sun just gives and gives its light without asking for anything back. Zarathustra feels that same pull, that same obligation to just pour himself out and share what he's discovered. But here's the thing, what was a private revelation is about to become a very public and, you could say, a very dangerous challenge to the entire world.
All right, next up, the radical sermon, a proclamation in the marketplace. And you gotta love where he chooses to do this. He doesn't go to a church or a university. Nope, he heads straight for the chaos of the town square.
So, picture this. He walks into this busy marketplace in a town called the Motley Cow. The crowd's all gathered for some entertainment. A tightrope walker, of all things. Just a fun distraction. They have absolutely no idea that what they're about to hear is way more dangerous, way more of a high-wire act than anything that guy on the rope could ever do.
And this is the core of it all. The Übermensch, or the Overman. Now, it's super important to get this right. He's not talking about just a better person, like a more moral or successful human. He's talking about a totally new kind of being. This is the goal, the whole point of it all. The reason we have to go through the incredibly hard work of overcoming what we are right now.
And let's be clear, he's not just here to suggest a new idea for a book club. He's on a mission of destruction, really. He wants to take a sledgehammer to the old rules, the old moral codes, what he calls the old tablets of value. The goal is to get humanity to stop looking up at the heavens for answers and start looking down to find the meaning of the earth.
So this really lays out the two opposing worldviews, right? On the one hand, you've got what he calls the ancient bargain. You know the deal. Suffer now, get your reward in heaven later. Just follow the rules you're given. It's this sort of passive, quiet waiting. Zarathustra is saying no more. On the other side, you have his radical affirmation. It's all about embracing life right here, right now. It's about unleashing your own power to create, to become something more, what he calls the spirit of becoming.
So, Section 3, the last man's comfort, the confrontation with contempt. And you can probably guess how this goes over. This crowd, who just wanted to see a tightrope walker, they don't exactly have a spiritual awakening. Far from it. They respond with pure contempt.
I mean, they literally laugh in his face. They mock him. And he feels this low hum of modern unease coming from them. It's this cynical vibe, this feeling that they'd much rather be comfortable than be challenged. They just aren't ready to hear a message that asks them to be more than they already are. They don't want it.
And this right here shows you exactly what he's dealing with. On one side, he's offering them the Overman, this amazing aspirational goal, a future where we create our own values and constantly strive for more. But the crowd, they want the other thing, the last man. And the last man, well, that's Zarathustra's ultimate warning. It's humanity at its most pathetic, seeking nothing but comfort and safety, just blinking, happy in their own stupidity. It's the will to overcome versus a will to nothing at all.
Okay, on to Section 4, an eagle and a serpent, the resolve to endure. So his first big sermon is a total flop. He's been laughed off the stage, basically. So how does he keep going? Does he give up? No way. He leans on his, let's call them his spiritual companions. He calls it his supernatural aid, but we're not talking about magic spells here. He's talking about two powerful symbols that are always with him, an eagle and a serpent. And these two creatures, together, they really symbolize the two pillars that hold up his entire philosophy and give him the strength to endure. So what do they mean? Well, the eagle, that's his pride. It's the part of him that can soar high above the petty mockery of the marketplace, that lets him keep his high perspective undeterred. But then you have the serpent. That's his wisdom.
The serpent keeps him grounded, coiled around the earth, always connected to reality. It's this incredible balance, right? Pride to look up and wisdom to stay grounded. That's what lets him take the hits and just keep on going.
And that brings us to our final section, rope over an abyss. Everything he's said so far, it's all been building to this, to his most powerful and probably his most famous metaphor. He's told us we have to be overcome. But, okay, what does that actually mean for you and me right here, right now?
That's the big question hanging in the air, isn't it? If being human isn't the end goal, if we're just a phase, a transition, then what's the point of it all? What is our purpose?
And here it is. His answer is as terrifying as it is beautiful. He says, man is a rope tied between beast and overman, a rope over an abyss. Think about that image. We're not the destination, we're the crossing. We're this fragile bridge stretched between the animal we came from and the amazing potential of what we could become. And all the while, there's a huge, dangerous abyss right below us.
So what's our purpose? It's not to huddle safely on one side of the canyon or the other. No, the only noble thing to do is to start walking, to make the crossing. Our meaning isn't in arriving, it's found in the struggle itself, that dangerous, thrilling journey across the rope. It's in the act of overcoming who we are, step by painful step, to become something more.
And ultimately, that's the challenge his sermon leaves hanging in the air for all of us even today. It's a question that cuts right to the bone. Are you content to just be a spectator in the crowd, safe and comfortable, or are you prepared to step out onto that rope?